Hi everybody! In the previous video I showed you how to insert numbers in Excel in order to be able to use them for effective formulas, in order to prevent certain mistakes, and also to be able to understand number formatting and how various number formats might affect appearance of the numbers on the spreadsheet. In this video I'm going to do the same, but this time focusing on text. One might think that text is not as important as numbers in Excel, but this is not exactly the truth. In fact, text can also be used for formulas because it is also data. So we also need to make sure that the text we enter into Excel is consistent. There is certain way of entering this text, and that will allow us to perform calculations. Taking example of our sales team, we've got different people doing sales for specific amount, and as we can see, some of them, Mike, has done 2 transactions, whereas others has done just 1. This is a very small data set. We could, keep going for hundreds and hundreds of rows, and then you would like to know, okay, so we know all these numbers, but how much money has Mike actually made? So there is a good function we can use, and this function is called SUMIF. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put Mike, Sam and Ben, because these are the people on our list right now, their names, and then we can use SUMIF function to tell how much money has each of them made. So what we can do, we can just start typing SUMIF and the range. This is a bit confusing because when you think about summing something up, the first range you think of is the money, is the numbers, but in this case the range is the sales people, basically, because that's the range within which you want to search for the specific criteria. In this case, that will be Mike. So this is our range, and we can actually extend it a little bit because we might add some values, so up to 12, that this is our range, and I will also lock it so it doesn't move when we copy this formula. Oops. I need to do that again. Yeah, that's fine. So now we have our criteria. Criteria is Mike, and I typed it right there, so that is already done. And then amount, that is amount that we're going to sum up. For every time that Mike occurs on this list, we're going to select, we're going to sum up these numbers. So this also has to be absolute. And that's fine, close the brackets and press enter. So Mike has 500, and let's just check whether that's correct. That looks very fine, and then we can just drag it down for Sam, 560, which is correct, and for Ben it is also correct. So this works just fine, and you can add some more names. Let's say Mike, and let's add 100 for Mike. Here we go, brilliant. And we can add Sam, and let's add 40 for Sam, just to round it up to 600. Well, this did not work, and the question is why. Well, in order to tell why, we would need to go back to this cell and just see what happened. Well, maybe you've noticed that when I was typing Sam's name, I put space at the end, and this is the problem, that Excel sees space as another character. So Sam space is not the same as Sam. That's the truth of it. So the very moment I take the space back, this is perfectly fine. So you definitely don't want to be putting spaces in Excel. Spaces are literally your enemy in Excel. You don't need them at all, and you certainly don't want to align anything using spaces. You don't want to, you want Mike to appear centered. There's no need for you to click repeatedly spacebar, because the very moment you do that, this is not going to work as a formula. So at the moment we have two mistakes. This is one and this is the second one, but the truth is we don't even know these are mistakes, because you know they look quite fine. You know, this mic and this mic looks just perfectly fine, and Sam and Sam, there are no apparent mistakes. Well, in order for us to know, the good thing we can do is to actually use some data validation. To do that, we go into Data tab and then select Data Validation, and first of all we need to highlight which range we want this data to be applied to. In this case, this will be all this range, Data Validation, and we select just first option. They'll give us the dialog box. So we want to allow values, and we can choose what kind of values are these. Well, let's go for the list, because that's quite handy, and then our list will be located over here, Q 3 to 5. So we're going to type it up later on. We could actually put the names over here, but then we will have to keep opening this dialog box to change it. Otherwise you can just change it over here and this will already be recognized. So we're going to have insert drop down. If you think insert drop down is silly, if you rather type in, that's fine, but you know, it might be quite handy, especially if you have more names. So we keep it as it is and we press OK. So now we just need to add those names. So it is Ben and Sam, and I'm making sure I'm not making any mistakes right now, and Mike. So as you can see here, we've got the drop downs, and these are the three names we can choose from. So if we want to add David now, this is not going to happen. We get this message, and this error information, this can be actually customized. So when you go back to to data and then data validation dialog box, you can enter what kind of message will be displayed if the value is not correct. So we can't have David, we can only choose these names here. But the problem is that this will only work for the data we'll be entering from now onwards. So if we add Ben, there we go, and Ben made 500, so together he's got 1000. That works just fine, and now we're not going to make any mistakes, but there might be some mistakes already, and Excel hasn't done anything to tell us about it. So in order to actually see those mistakes, we can do something really quick. We can go right here to data validation and select circle invalid data. This will straight away give us indication which cells are wrong, and we can click right there and then correct those spaces. Enter, and the data validation disappears once it's correct and everything is fine. Let's see in case of Sam. Yes, this is updated. So as you can see, this is really important that the text you enter in your cells is correct, especially if you want to use it for formulas and functions. And the truth is that very often when you start building a worksheet, you don't even realize that you might need it in the future, because working on a worksheet is really a long process, and you're getting various data, the data changes, you don't know how long data is going to go for. It's really ongoing process. So as long as you're consistent, this is going to make it always much easier on you. If you're using correct number formatting and you enter your data consistently in the same format, that will always make it easy for you. You won't have to go back and correct things, and using data validation you can make sure that you're avoiding really little mistakes that might be even invisible to you but might affect your data and might be hard to spot. Hope you like this video. Please comment below, and if you have any questions you can post them there as well, and I will hopefully be making a new video soon. Thank you.